So that being said, I guess we should start getting into the plot.
Yep. So, much like the first Spider-Man, yes, please.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I did watch.
I will do what I did last time and just.
Yeah. I
keep us on track here.
I did recently watch this one. So, this one it kind of is. Again, it's just a normal. They're following normal teenage stuff. Get me started. What's the opening?
In Extento, Mexico.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Nick Fury.
I got it. All right. So yeah. So Nick Fury and Maria Hill show up. There's this big thing that happened in Mexico. The whole town was destroyed.
Say the name of the city.
No, I refuse. I refuse to do that. A city in Mexico got destroyed, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on here?" They said that this tornado had a face, and they're like, that's weird. And then from there, we go to Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to
New York.
Yeah, we cut to Peter Parker in New York, and he's, I think, at school. I can't remember.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the fact that between the first movie and this movie, all of the Avengers movies basically happen?
Oh yeah, that's true. The blip, and they got to tell all that stuff together. I remember that opens with in memoriam of Iron Man, Tony Stark. He died, very sad, and they're like, "Hey man," they're playing sad music, and they're like, "Thank you, Mr. Stark. You were the best. Thanks for saving us and bringing us all back from being disappeared."
Yeah, the blip.
Called it the blip. Yeah, everybody was blipped back. And so, yeah, basically the beginning is just kind of expository, like, oh, yeah, hey, remember? It's like the recap.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember those other
you guys
things?
know that you guys remember the other movies
remember when
that
Thanos
happened?
did that thing and we were all gone? Well, now we're back. And we're the same age because we got blipped.
Yep.
And everybody else grew up past us.
Yep.
And so there's a whole joke about the one guy's little brother is older than him now.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of those kids is like super cool, and now he's trying to impress MJ because he likes her.
And Flash is Flash, but
Flash is still Flash. He's a big Spider-Man stan now, which is funny. Creates for some comedic events. And now they're going on a trip. Going on a trip to Europe.
Yep. 2-week Europe trip.
Yep.
In the summer.
Everybody's excited. Ned is definitely down to meet some European ladies.
Some European baddies.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this in the first one. Well, not you and me. I mean, me and Sybil.
What are you talking about?
From Homecoming. She was doing the review.
She did?
Yeah, it's one of our best episodes ever.
That's so sad for me.
It's really good though.
Oh no.
I rewatched it. It's
I gotta step it up. My wife's showing me up now.
She's gonna take your job. Okay, now I got distracted.
Yeah, they're going to Europe.
I was going to say Ned is still on. His character's, the continuity is still there. He's just about the ladies. He's trying to meet some European, like you said, baddies, as you put it.
Yes, and Nick Fury is trying to get Peter to be new Tony Stark.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Because I don't care about your European trip. We're trying to save the world here.
Yeah, and he basically orchestrated everything behind the scenes, the whole trip, to be where he wanted him to be.
Yeah.
And then, there's just normal stuff. Peter's trying to, he's like looking at MJ the whole time, trying to figure out, there it is, stay hydrated, bro. He's like hyper focused on MJ. Just makes sense. I think we've all been there. Not hyper focused on MJ, but I mean,
hyper focused on Zendaya specifically.
Some people have. I'm sure some people are.
Thanks for getting me rubbing my eyes, Steven. Really appreciate that one.
I mean, just in high school where we had our crush and we were just hyper focused on him.
Yeah.
So that's what Peter's doing. He's trying to orchestrate sitting next to her. He fails Nick Fury's better at orchestrating stuff behind the scenes.
For sure.
Peter's constantly failing. He literally gets caught with his pants down.
Because he's changing into his Spider-Man outfit.
Yeah, he's talking to a clandestine European spy, and he gets caught in a compromised situation. But anyways, so he's just trying to enjoy this trip. Nick Fury is trying to figure out these elemental issues, and a water one shows up while they're in Venice.
Doesn't Nick Fury also give Peter the glasses? Or is that after this one?
I think it's after the water fight, because he shows up in his room and he tranquilizes Ned in the neck.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. So basically, they're all.
I usually do this part for the two of you, just so you know, our
Yeah.
studio audience. I usually do this part, but because I, honest to God, can't remember any of it. Jarvis is doing it. The recap of what happens in the movie.
Yeah. So
they've gotten better now that I pull up a synopsis on IMDb to keep us grounded.
yeah, I usually try to watch these movies hours before we record. Did not get to for No Way Home, but I have a decent memory and I remember that one too, and I love it so much. So basically, they're enjoying their trip. Everything seems normal. Peter's trying to get a necklace for MJ.
A Black Dahlia.
Yeah, they have a fun little back and forth where Zendaya or MJ shows up and she's like, I just learned the best phrase ever. And she's like, it's Bo. And Peter's like, what does that mean? This means I don't know, get out of my face, whatever. You can use it for anything. And some guy comes up trying to sell him flowers and she just says that and his face gets all right, fine. And he leaves and he's like, wow, that's impressive. She's like, yeah, I know. I was born to say this word. And then she goes, what you got in that bag? And he's like, Bo. And then it's like, oh, she's like, fair. So that was cute.
Respect.
And that's when the elemental attacked.
Yeah. And that's when the Fire Nation attacked.
That's when the fire elemental attacked. No, actually,
it's the water one.
And the whole city gets destroyed, and we get to see Mysterio for the first time. Go ahead. You want to say something? Your mouth's open like you want to speak words.
So Mysterio shows up, and he takes care of the water elemental, and then he goes...
Well, he's shooting, like, green stuff out of his hands. He's doing all kinds of...
Yeah, man, he's the Green Lantern.
Great.
And then he shows up in front of everybody, and Nick Fury goes, you good guy? And he goes, the elementals, they come back at a specific time and specific order. My world was taken by them. Please, Nicholas Fury, I'm our only hope to save humanity. And he goes, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Works for me.
Welcome to our secret society.
Welcome
Here's
to
the
Avengers. There's two of you currently.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I mean, he makes a big old fuss about being a cool flying superhero.
Yeah. Oh, and then Peter gets the glasses.
Yes. So Nick Fury's like, hey, we need you to. Well, he basically has tried to call Peter several times.
Yeah.
Peter is sending him to voicemail, which
like I do regularly.
Yeah. Whenever I try to call him, he's just sending me to voicemail constantly. You're the Peter Parker to my Nick Fury, I guess, regarding that.
I'm busy.
And my whole life is just about you.
Damn right. As it should be.
Yeah.
Take notes, everybody.
This is how life is supposed to be. And so Nick Fury just shows up in his room. Ned is there, walks in after Nick Fury has revealed himself. He tranquilizes Ned in the neck. And a little bit where people keep showing up. Mm-hmm. Fury's getting more and more irritated. He's like, if someone else comes in, I'm going to kill them. And basically gives him the glasses. Look, Tony left these for you. What are these glasses?
There's Edith, which stands for Even Dead, I'm the hero.
Classic Tony.
Tony Stark's way of trying to make sure somebody that he can trust takes over the mantle of things.
I feel like you want to be the levels of just, what do you call it? Whatever Tony Stark is about himself. I feel like that's how you want to be. Hey, even though I'm not here, I'm still in charge. But
yeah, I'm in a
Megalomania.
Yeah. I'm the Megamind.
Yeah.
And it's me. I'm the Megamind now. Is the thing that Megamind says.
Yeah. And so he gives him these glasses that apparently control
everything.
Billions of dollars worth of like tech that can destroy the world.
It is what the movie people call a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. Explain what that means in English.
So a Deus Ex Machina
translates from Spanish to English.
It's Latin. Oh. Translates into God the Machine, which is just a term to be like, yeah, and the hero gets saved because they do.
Plot armor.
Yeah.
So
it's an explanation for plot armor.
Yeah. So he gets these crazy, insane, powerful glasses. Almost accidentally kills one of his classmates, the one that's trying to get his girl, which is fair. I mean, can't take your girl if he's dead, right?
Yeah.
So
true.
He's trying to figure this out, and basically he's meeting with Quentin Beck, our Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, whenever they can to plan and a game plan to fight these elementals.
Yeah, and every time that Peter tries to use the glasses, it ends up not working. Correctly.
Yeah, so literally they're going around to different spots. Of course, Nick Fury is planning their trip so Peter can be where he needs Peter to be. And he finally is getting a moment with MJ where he's like, "Hey, I want to be around you." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll save you a seat." Yeah. And he's got to go because he's Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Because of the great power, great responsibility stuff, which hasn't happened yet, by the way, but he still understands that premise a little bit.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, protect humanity, even though I don't know these Europeans. They're not my friends, but they're in danger, so I'm going to help them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that line being said.
Yeah. That's what he was thinking. You're reading between the lines. He doesn't owe these Europeans anything, but he's going to help them anyways.
Yeah.
As Night Monkey. Mm-hmm. But anyways, he leaves to get with Mysterio and fight this fire elemental, the Fire Lord.
Yeah.
This time.
The Phoenix King, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah.
The Phoenix King of Ozai.
Okay. And
okay.
Of course, that goes as normal. They win. It looks difficult. Mysterio,
MJ almost dies.
Yeah. Oh,
that almost
during
dies.
That fight, he accidentally hits one of the drones out.
And then it's funky.
Which we saw that drone.
Happening?
We saw that drone earlier when the
bus.
Yeah, when he almost killed his teammate or his classmate. So he knocks one of these out. That becomes important because they find the pieces later. This is when he is also still trying to talk to MJ, and they find a piece of this drone.
Yeah.
And
then they go back to then they go back to Berlin.
Yeah. Now you share some stuff.
Yeah. So the next thing that happens is that Beck takes Peter out for a drink because he can drink in Europe. He doesn't though. And is like, so what do you think, man? We're like the new team. We're the Avengers or something. And you got those funky glasses, so obviously Tony Stark trusts you to be the new Tony Stark. And Peter's like, man, you took care of that entire thing on your own. I barely did anything. Yeah. I actually almost died, and other people almost got killed. So like, don't want these. I don't want to be superhero. I want to be kid. I want to kiss girl.
Well, then, he says like, hey, what do you want? And he's like, I don't know. And he's like, no, seriously, like right now, what do you want? He's like, dude, I want to go back with my friends and I want to talk to the girl that I like and I want to maybe kiss her. I think that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
And then some stranger walks by and he's like, hey, I think you dropped these. And then that's when the glasses get reintroduced. Bro, those are the glasses. You left them on the ground. That's so irresponsible. And he's like, man, I don't even want this stuff. Yeah. You can have it.
So he gives it to Mysterio. And as soon as he does, it quite literally is like a all right, guys, we did it. Good job.
Yeah, he leaves,
and then like an entire team of people appear.
The whole pub changes.
Yeah,
it's not even a pub. It's like this worn out little thing, and nobody noticed.
It's all projections. All projection. The power projection mapping. I've been saying this for years.
The illusions are so good.
People don't understand the cool things you can do with projectors nowadays. You could have things there. You could not have things there. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah, most of the patrons weren't even real. I think there's only a few that were real.
I might not even be real.
I know. I think you're an illusion. Oh no, that's your face.
Steven looks
just like I remember.
Steven is verklumped back there. That's for the 100th episode.
That's the 100th episode special.
Yeah, that's for the 100,000 subscriber special.
No, that's for our 1,000th subscriber. Once we hit
1,000,
yeah, 1,000.
Go big or go home, brother. 100.
No, we gotta give them something to get to the next. From 1,000 to
10 subscribers. The 10 subscriber special. 10 more subscribers, I'll do something cool.
Oh, we'll do it.
Oh, we'll do
10
it.
Subscribers.
Yeah. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. Don't give us 10 subscribers.
Yeah, because it'll happen, and we don't want that. But,
anyways, Beck goes back to Nick Fury and is like, "Yeah, the kid's out."
we learned. That,
I'll take care of it now.
We learned that Beck is just disgruntled Tony Stark employee.
It actually says the word disgruntled ex-Stark employee.
I didn't read that, but
that's really funny.
Well, that's what it is. He literally just goes back and says, "Okay."
He can't cancel Tony Stark because he's dead. Yeah. So instead, he's doing the next best thing.
Tony stole my tech, my hologram tech, and then he's like, "Remember that one guy that got yelled at by the bald guy who said Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps?" Which is your favorite line? I think
it's a really good line.
And so it's that guy. He's there with his anger towards Tony. And there's another guy who is like, "Hey, good job on creating the story of me being from a different universe. They actually bought it. Haha." You know what I mean? And then go ahead.
MJ, who is now safe, goes, "You're Spider-Man, aren't you?"
And he goes, "Yeah, kinda."
And then they kiss?
And he's like, "Now we kiss?" And they do.
And they do.
They're about to.
But then something happens.
Of course.
Another elemental somehow shows up immediately.
And then later they find a part of the
the projector. The
lens.
The projector did the thing.
Projector did part of it.
Y'all following this over here?
Yeah,
this is making sense to y'all?
Yeah,
very
you remember
good.
That, guys, you remember that one time when the projector did that thing?
Yeah.
And they found it
and
on
now
the bridge?
it's back.
Yeah. And then Quentin Beck, I think he goes back and they're planning the next script for the next big
He's
fight.
Fighting.
And then he realizes that one of the drones didn't make it back.
Yeah.
It got destroyed. And then Quentin's like, "This is a big problem." He's like, "What? It's not a big deal. We got like 1 billion of these things." He's like, "No, this is a very big deal. And if you don't fix it, I'm going to hit you really hard in the face or something."
Yeah, because he doesn't really have anything going for him.
He definitely has some anger issues, I think.
Yeah, he's very disgruntled.
Yeah.
And doesn't have a job anymore.
Well, his job is lying to people and pretending he's a superhero. How are they getting paid for this? Where do they get all the money for?
What is that about?
Where did they get all the money for this?
Anyways.
Don't ask questions. Watch the movie and just know that things are happening.
Peter apparently got arrested. That was cool. In the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah. That was a cute scene.
Yeah. And then he woke up and the other guys in the jail cell listened to his problems and were very nice.
Yeah.
And then he needed to get out so that he could go save the world and was like, "Oh, we just need to ask the officer." And they were like, "Yeah, he's not going to let you out." And so Peter just leaves.
And the other guys, they just stay in there because they're
good guys.
They're good people
that got arrested for being good.
Try that in America.
Yeah. You'll probably make it, let's be real. Anyways, so Peter now unable to contact anybody except for Happy.
Yeah.
And is now trying to stop Beck from destroying a bunch of stuff because there's no reason to.
He's been found out. He's a bad guy.
Yeah. And then a bunch of really cool stuff happens where you don't know if anything's real or not.
Trying to use the drones to assassinate Maria Hill, and
yes,
and that's how they figure it out.
Yeah,
They're like, "Uh-oh, those things aren't supposed to kill us."
And Peter goes back and forth between trying to figure out what's real and what's not, and discovers Spidey senses.
Hey, he's got him. His Peter Tingle works.
Yeah, and at some point, somebody in the movie said something like, "Hey, you don't always have to see to believe. You just have to feel," or some shit like that. I don't know. And so he closes his eyes and he goes and kills Quentin Beck. That's not actually what happens, but that'd be really cool.
You skip so much.
And then the fight scene, it switches around, and a bunch of weird stuff happens, and
he has to.
Crazy.
He gets with Happy because now Quentin is after his friends, and they all have to get together. He builds a suit from Tony Stark's tech.
Oh yeah,
in the jet.
Where Happy picked him up.
Yep. And then Happy ends up on a little crazy adventure side quest with the rest of the kiddos, and they get into some dungeon armory, and these drones are trying to kill him, and
they start swinging around maces and stuff.
Yeah, and Peter says, "No, not on my watch." And he goes, Oh, dude, we still have to do that movie. It's so good. Everybody loves Jurassic Park. You shut your mouth, you little liar. I know you've seen
So Jurassic Park's kind of like Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
Where they go to a place far away from home.
And crazy stuff happens.
And you don't know if any of it's real because the dinosaurs were actually puppets.
It's basically the same movie.
But in the movie, they're real dinosaurs, but they made the dinosaurs puppets. I swapped straight back into bad movie review, didn't I?
It's the same movie. So now it's Peter versus Mysterio. Mysterio's doing his last thing. He's like, okay, here's the last elemental. We're gonna make a big show of it, and we're gonna have the drones kill everyone. And Peter again, no, and he
don't do that.
Yep, nope,
no.
He figures it out. He's web slinging on drones. He's tearing apart. He's tearing apart Quinn's plans. But I mean, there's some cool scene where he actually meets him, and he's doing all the crazy illusion stuff before this big fight. I missed it, and then that's when Peter gets hit by the train and he ends up in prison.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of cool
But then there's more of it, and so it's.
Yeah.
It all happens again.
Yeah, and then
it's neat.
Yeah, Peter's getting beat up, and then he does the whole spider sense thing. He senses the drone, or he senses Quentin trying to shoot him with a gun. He sees Quentin in front of him, but he does the spidey sense, grabs the gun from the side, and he's like, "I got you, fool."
Yeah. And then a drone hits Quentin Beck, and Quentin Beck dies.
Yeah, and then Peter goes home. Him and MJ, I think they kissed already.
And everything's great.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happens.
And then
a mid-credit scene where
on the news
where J.K. Simmons
as
J. Jonah Jameson. He goes,
one of the best.
Peter Parker's the Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I saw his ass in a picture.
One of the best castings, I think.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man's ass
or his feet.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man's feet. I'll pay top dollar.
And he says, and if you want to know who has the same feet as Spider-Man, it's
Peter Parker.
Because he plays a video that Quentin Beck recorded and altered that said,
"Please,
Peter Parker,
help me. Peter Parker's
trying to kill me. He's got control of these crazy drones, and then
the movie ends.
He's the bad guy.
That's the movie.
Yeah, Quentin Beck died.
Yep,
he's dead. No more Mysterio. Bye, Mysterio." And see, you know what's funny? Because when we get in No Way Home, Peter's just like all about saving the bad guys. I'm like, wow, you want to save everybody else's bad guys that got killed by Spider-Man's, but not yours? Quentin died, bro. You killed him.
He's not back. There's no way to save him. Yeah. Hey. You look good over there.
Look real good.
Have you thought about sharing your kindness with others?
Share the love.
Maybe like the video. Click on that subscribe button. And show your friends.
Yeah, just touch it ever so lightly, that like button. Move over to the subscribe button. Maybe tap your keyboard just a little bit. Leave a comment. Bye.
That's it.